4 replacements for Asuka after she bid goodbye on WWE RAW. Asuka's departure from WWE television hit different because it came without a definitive answer. The Empress of Tomorrow lost to Asuka in a highly emotional match at Backlash in Tampa, a bout that was reportedly originally scheduled for WrestleMania 42 before being moved. After losing at the PLE, Asuka indicated she was stepping away as she hugged SKY. The Kabuki Warriors member appeared emotional and waved to fans before leaving the ring. On the latest edition of Monday Night Raw, Asuka and the genius of the SKY shared a backstage segment that felt like a final scene. The former told Iwayo she had been looking for someone to take over her position, and SKY had become that person. They hugged, said goodbye, and the Empress of Tomorrow walked out of the arena. Real reason why Jacob Fatu lost at Backlash. Check here! Michael Cole acknowledged on commentary that her future is up in the air. Reports indicate this was planned time off rather than a formal retirement, but with no return date in sight, Raw's women's division has a noticeable gap. Asuka has been one of the most credible and complete performers the division has seen over the past decade. Filling that role requires specific types of talent. In this article, we will look at 4 replacements for Asuka after she said goodbye on WWE RAW. Jada Parker is the most call-up-ready woman on the NXT roster right now. She has been one of the standout names in the NXT women's division throughout 2025 and into 2026, even making an appearance in last year's Women's Royal Rumble. Parker's greatest strength is her character. She naturally excels on the microphone, and her in-ring skills have steadily improved as her profile rises. What Asuka always brought to Raw was presence. She did not need a translator or a support system. She walked out and commanded attention. Parker has the same energy. She is 27, with size, athleticism, and the healer face flexibility that WWE values on the main roster. If WWE is looking to replace a veteran with genuine star-making upside, Parker is the most obvious NXT name. AJ Lee returned to WWE in September last year to support CM Punk in his rivalry with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. She later entered a feud with Lynch and defeated her at Elimination Chamber to capture the Women's Intercontinental Championship, her first singles title in more than a decade. However, Lee eventually lost the IC title at WrestleMania and has not appeared on WWE television since. Asuka's absence from Raw leaves behind a very specific role, a veteran star with charisma, unpredictability, and enough credibility to instantly strengthen the women's division. AJ Lee fits that description naturally. She is already established with the WWE Universe and can step into major storylines without needing a reintroduction. Since she is currently listed as a free agent on the official WWE roster page, the promotion could easily position her on Raw if the company chooses to move in that direction. The partnership between Julia and Kiana James on WWE SmackDown has reached a breaking point. On the May 8 episode of The Blue Brand, Julia's presence on the apron cost James a pin attempt against Tiffany Stratton in a Women's United States Championship match. The referee was distracted by Julia and failed to count the fall, allowing Stratton to retain the title. The two friends stared each other down after the match. The split is coming, and once it happens, Julia will have no clear direction on SmackDown. She already lost the Women's US Championship to Stratton. A brand trade to Raw would make narrative sense. Julia is a former NJPW and Stardom star, part of the same lineage as Asuka. She is technically polished, bilingual in her presentation, and carries credibility that resonates with fans. On Raw, she could immediately step into the upper card, either chasing the Women's World Championship or filling the veteran anchor role left by Asuka. WWE already has a setup in place to make that happen. Nikki Bella still has unfinished business, and she already knows who she wants to go after. An ankle injury on the March 27 episode of SmackDown ruled her out of WrestleMania 42, leading to Paige stepping in as Brie Bella's partner. Fearless One missed the biggest show of the year, watching from the sidelines. On the Nikki and Brie show, Bella confirmed she is targeting a return at Night of Champions in Riyadh with a recovery window of 6 to 8 weeks. She also stated she wants to go after the Women's World Championship, currently on Raw, and has referenced unfinished business with Liv Morgan. A return to the Monday Night Show, positioned as a championship challenger with genuine motivation, will give her clear direction and give Raw a proven star to paper over Asuka's absence. Bella is a Hall of Famer, a 2-time Divas champion, and still one of WWE's most recognizable names. Timing and stakes both line up. Get all the hottest wrestling news first by clicking here quick links.